Hello, and welcome to this great video about 3 major Roman emperors during the Golden Age. It wasn't a very exciting intro, was it?
Yeah, no.
So the first emperor I'd like to talk about is Nerva.
His full name is actually Marcus Cocceius Nerva.
So people might start to get confused because the emperor's names sound like girls, Nerva, but let's not forget that Romans treated women as lesser beings.
Well, thanks for reminding me, Captain Donnerpants.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
It's a touchy subject.
Yeah, just don't stab me 33 times, like Julius Caesar. So anyways, he was born in November 8th, 80 AD, and he died January 1st, 90 AD.
Where he died from a stroke at his villa.
You know it's a good video when some death happens. All that's missing is explosions.
So, in a very non-chronological order, here are some facts about his life and time of rule.
Nerva revealed the conspiracy of Piso against Emperor Nero. Yeah, it's a cool name, and there's like an artist that does dubstep and also has that name, and it's really cool. And I don't know why I'm getting confused. I don't know why you'd get confused about his name and why I'm whispering still.
And to rub it in his face, a statue was placed in the palace of him after Nero's fall.
Did he have a nice trip? No? The cheese? Okay.
His actions rewarded him with a consulship for the emperor.
Oh, and guess what?
More stabby action?
Gasp! How did you guess? Nerva was made emperor after Domitian's assassination.
Aside from all this awesomeness, Nerva proved to be a capable senator, and he had the very rare ability to negotiate.
Fun fact! Nerva did not have any kids in order to maintain his hereditary emperor position.
Not to depict him as a bad guy, but Nerva was actually said that he was one of the first 5 good emperors.
And just because he didn't have any kids did not mean he couldn't adopt one. So yeah, he adopted one.
He was one of the first emperors to have a non-blood related pair. That's something.
Yeah, I guess you really can upgrade to the newest things without going the middle way.
That was quite insightful, Kevin.
Yes, quite, yes. Transition!
Nerva, as any emperor, contributed to Rome and had a few accomplishments.
And he renamed the Palace of the Venetian to the House of the People.
What a nice guy.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Nice.
Such a nice guy.
Nice guy.
He didn't even kill anybody. He refused to execute anybody and made them all non-guilty.
What a nice freaking guy.
How nice and loving of him.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Just so nice.
Nice guy.
Nice.
He built granaries and made loans to Italian landowners to help needy children and families.
What a nice, loving, and compassionate guy.
Holy niceness, what a nice guy.
Nice.
Such nice guy.
Just niceness. Nice.
Ah! Genius break. Sorry for the break, we just need to recover from all the niceness.
Yeah, by the way, Nerva, nice guy.
Yeah.
And now on to our next emperor, Trajan.
His real name was Marcus Ulpius Trajanus.
What's up with these guys and weird names?
Clearly Romans have no taste.
Anyways, he was born on September 15, 58 CE, and he died August 9th, 117 CE.
So look what we got here, some good old life facts.
Whoa, I didn't see that one coming.
Shocking. So our bud, Trajan, grew up in Rome and had a scary close relations with his, sister.
Looks like not all women were treated as lesser beings. But he had a closer relationship with his sister because after his father died, there was no more male relatives in his family. Oh, relax. So, moving on now, Trajan spent 10 years on a legionary staff tribune and then led a rebellion.
He also held one of 2 consulships and was enrolled among patricians.
Then later, he got married to Pompeia Platina. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, cute. Yeah, okay, cute. We'll go with that. So later on in his career, he settled affairs in the German province.
He is well known for his famous letters to Pliny about Christianity. One of the really important lines is Ut libellus miserunt sine scriptor debent habere non equam in accusationem. Quid quia hoc exemplum pessimumit non convenus mea regnaris.
And this means, as for the libels sent without an author, they ought to have no place in any accusation whatsoever, for that would be a thing of very ill example and not agreeable with my brain.
He was very respected and good-natured, so overall there was another good emperor.
Nice!
We are not going to do that again.
Oh, I actually like bickering and such.
Oh, okay. Just say a fact.
Right, so let's get to some things that he contributed for Rome, shall we?
Yes, we shall. To begin, he expanded territory and made extensive building programs.
Fascinating stuff. He also established a relief program for the poor that lasted throughout the Golden Age.
Also, did construction and improvement on all of the harbors in Rome.
And we can't forget that he served in Syria in 75 AD.
Or that he was a commanding officer in the Legion of Spain while he was emperor.
A quote that Trajan used by the people of Rome is, Felicur Augusto melior Traiano. This meant luckier than Augustus and better than Trajan.
Wait a minute, we're forgetting one of the most important things that celebrated Trajan.
What is it?
The Trajan column.
Oh yeah, the Trajan column celebrates his victories in the Dacian Wars.
Do you know what this is making me think of?
No, I don't.
The Denver airport conspiracies.
Oh no, not this again.
Yeah, the New World Order, which Magistra is in the lower ranks, by the way. And it is really similar to the emperors of Rome.
You know, I never really got the Denver airport thing.
Well, don't worry, because right below the video, there's a link explaining it.
Alright, we should probably talk about the next emperor now.
Okay, now, last but not least, there's Emperor Hadrian.
His full name was Publius Aelius Hadrianus.
He was born in Spain 76 AD, and he died in 138 AD.
He was born into a very prominent family until his father's death.
That's when he started getting very close and affectionate with Trajan.
How close?
You just had to get perverted there, didn't you?
Achoo! Sorry, I get that from Decimus / Andrew Pelletier. Cue classroom laughter and internet confusion now.
So, anyway, Hadrian was devoted to his Greek studies.
He was also governor of Syria for a period of time.
When Trajan died in 117 AD, his wife Platina adopted Hadrian to make him emperor.
So, Allison, how do you think people reacted to this?
I'm gonna guess not well.
More than not well. Just to give you an idea, Hadrian actually had 4 senators that opposed him killed secretly.
Oh, that is bad. How did he ever get his popularity back?
Well, I'll tell you. By me! Because I'm bringing popularity back.
No, really. How did he do it?
Alright, fine. He really cut taxes, increased senator grants, distributed money to the poor, and sponsored gladiatorial games.
Did it work?
Yes.
If you notice, all of his actions had to do with money. He got so much popularity just because of his money.
Yeah, and that's just like when dad gives his son a video game as his way of saying, I'm sorry.
I love you, son.
Aw, thanks, Dad. See you after I finish filming the project. Bye.
So one quote Hadrian said is, Animula vegula blandula haspes comisque corporis.
Which means, ah, gentle, fleeting, wavering sprite, friend and associate of this clay.
And another quote, which Kevin diligently translated, is Vos monet mihi male amici, vos cum liceretne mihi credere iam quem mandet, ligin quale esse discissimus omnium.
Which would translate to, you advise me badly, friends. since you do not permit me to believe that he who commands 30 legions is the most learned of all.
Now let's get to some of his accomplishments.
So Hadrian stopped expanding Rome's territory like Trajan and instead focused on reinforcing its borders.
That's what made him want to build Hadrian's Wall.
And he supervised the construction of his wall.
The purpose of the wall was to keep barbarians out of Rome.
So few facts from the wall is that it ran from Solway Firth to Newcastle near the North Sea.
It went on for 73 miles, 42 were made of stone, and then the other 31 were made of turf or sod.
So it used to be 6 to 10 feet thick and 15 to 20 feet tall.
It also had a copious amount of security since it had gates every 1.5 miles, watchtowers every half mile, and forts every 5 miles, and ditches were dug on each side of the wall.
So, how much of it lasts today?
A lot.
Not a specific number?
No, the source we looked at didn't say.
Good point.
Hadrian did have a few other projects aside of his most famous one, though.
So he built the Temple of Venus in Roma in 121 AD.
And he built the Mausoleum, Castel St. Angelo, the Temple of Trajan and Platina, and the Pantheon.
Hadrian also had a few other talents.
Like what?
Magic.
Well, you're kidding, right?
JK, loves.
So...
Oh, right, he was talented in poetry, music, and math. Loser, right?
Yeah, now I see where you're trying to make it a little more interesting with magic.
That's not all the facts. Hadrian also codified laws and made rules and regulations that made the running of the government more efficient.
He also adopted Antonius Pius, and then he got ill with age.
After his death, he was buried under the mausoleum and was proclaimed a god.
Oh man, wasn't that a spew and a half? +5. 1050.
Sure felt like that, Allison. So anyways, now that we have reached the end of the video, I hope that you learned something and that you did not click dislike.
So to subscribe to Kevin, click on the bottom right and then click on the bottom left. To see his previous videos, click on the top left. Bloopers are on the top right. And if you're really the ultimate Latin nerd, take the 10-question Emperor quiz we have by clicking in the middle link.
So anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you very much for Allison for being my partner in this project, and I'll see you all next time.
Bye.